Yo, what is up? We are back. This is war number 3 of season 60. Very fun stuff. This is a pretty big one, actually. I think I have 9 fights in this one, or 8 fights. And up first, we are starting with path 7 in section 1. I'm starting off with Shield on 7, which I will be taking with Guardian. And yeah, it's as boring as it sounds. I can't special attack her. I just can't use any specials. So I just have to sit here, smack her down with basics. But that's not a huge problem. It's just going to be a little bit of a longer fight. Also, something interesting about this war. It's the first time since joining AOH that I'm not bringing Shang. So, that's always interesting. Not bringing Shang-Chi. Wait, did I already say what path I'm taking in section 2? I'm taking path 1. I don't know if I said path 4 just out of sheer instinct and, experience. But yeah, I'm taking path 1 here. I'm just speeding this up because, I don't need to sit here and watch me smack it down for a few minutes. That's about as long as the fight takes. I also can't relic her, I'm pretty sure, because actually I don't know, but my relic thing does count as a debuff. I didn't know if her cleanse would trigger on it and get the damage reflect, but I didn't do it. Just to be safe, here we have Ebony Maw on node 16. My original plan was to just nuke him with Silk, PS1, rush up to SP2, and just one tap him. But I make a mistake, and that's that I forgot PS1s don't really work on Maw. They only give you like 40% of a bar of power. So while I thought I was going to get to an SP2 pretty quickly, I do my first combo and I'm like, wait, I just got to a bar of power? And I was like, okay, that's honestly fine. Not a huge deal. Here, I think I get the intercept, knock him down again, bait the SP2. Now I have the Trank on me, so I don't have debuffs at this point in time, but that's okay because I'm just going to hit him a couple times to reset Furies. You can see it's just Ebony Maw, so even with like 3 Furies, he isn't really doing much into my block. Now he's at 22%. I don't want him to throw the next SP1 because I don't want another Trank on me. And here, quick combo, and he is gone. So, pretty easy fight. I just wasted PS1. But that's okay. Up next, we have Atuma on high energy diet, which I will be taking with Prowler. And, so Prowler's mediums obviously are non-contact. So I'll be using those to get around Thorn's damage for the most part. I will have to throw lights at some point, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, that's the name of the game. I can't heavy him because of high energy diet. So just going to be trying to get 30 Fury SP2s, in my mind, I figured 2 SP2s would just kill him, but we will see in a second that is not going to be the case. I PS1 for this fight thinking I'd just push him to SP2, but there, he throws his SP1 to my hard block. Now I only have 7 charges. I'm like, that's not good. And I was like, okay, I'll just throw it. And you can see this is still doing insane damage, mostly because I got 3 crits. Or I think 4 crits? 3 crits, I'm not sure. But if I had 30 Furies, I mean, he'd be basically dead at this point. So here, I'm trying to actually do a good job of pushing him to 1.9 bars of power. He actually lets me, so let's go. And here, I should have just SP2'd right there. I had 2 ruptures on him, but all good. I get it here, and he's not dead. It's because I don't have the Incinerate. If I did, obviously that would kill, but I'm like, okay. Actually, I guess I did stick to mediums only the whole fight. When I wanted to do combos, I did medium. When I wanted to not let him special, I just did medium and whole block. But yeah. And then we have this. This is probably the worst fight of the war. This one was very, very scary. This Photon on node 28 with Silk. So the idea is, one, I can always dex her specials, even in pure lights. That's great. 2, there's no buffet, obviously. And 3, with the arc overload, my plan is to try and have as many debuffs on her as possible when it triggers. I can't heavy her because, like, it would stun her, obviously. And I know it's going to be hard to keep her in the corner the whole fight. So that's why I was like, I'm not going to rely on the slow, but I'll at least have my 8 little debuffs to help with despair, to keep the arc overloads down. And I popped an invul just in case, because I was like, I don't know if I'll get slapped around and go by this photon. And it was a really good thing I did use an invul, but we'll see in a second. So yeah, that's my plan. Just stay aggressive, loop SP2s, and it should be a like 2-minute fight. That's what I was thinking. It won't be as fast as a normal silk fight, but it'll still be pretty quick. Thing is, photon hurts, man. Like, her hits hit like a truck. Her block damage hits like a truck. Everything about her hits like a truck, so you just have to be really locked in when fighting her. You can see here we have 12 debuffs, so with despair she was only healing for 300. And now she's in pure light. That's totally fine. Just bait another SP1, so now I can line up my SP2 with the regen. That way I have enough debuffs to basically despair most of the regen away. And here she's even in the corner, so I have to slow on her. And she's at 61%, and there I just get comboed. I'm like, oh my god. And here, I mess up the SP2 dex, unfaced triggers, because I evaded the last hit, and I get comboed. I'm like, oh my god, I just lost half my health in like 3 seconds, dude. Like, what the heck? So I was like, it's still fine, it's still obviously winnable. I don't like that her health is higher than my health, but this is still totally fine. I'll just have to be a little more locked in. And yeah, just not gonna bait her, not gonna push her to SP2s anymore unless I have the evade. And if I do have the evade, I'm not gonna punish her SP2. Like, if I do use it, just to be entirely safe, because there's no need. So here, push her to SP2 again. I'm like, okay, she's at 18%. Let me just bait this. I actually do the dex properly this time, which is fantastic. And here I'm like, okay, just get one more opening, trying to hit her in the corner, hit her block while she has a slow up so the regen doesn't tick too much. And here I'm like, okay, perfect, just bait this SP1, go for my SP2, and she will be dead. I don't think she will die from this actually though, but we'll find out in a second. No, yeah, 2%. I'm like, great. Now she's regenning up back to 5%, but now we're good. So yeah, that was very scary, but it's okay. We got through it. I was a little nervous, so this next fight, this Jean, I was originally gonna use Prowler, but after that fight, I was like, oh my god, I'm a little nervous. I'm just gonna use Guardian. The thing with Guardian is, or Guardian versus Prowler, is Prowler obviously just gets around the node better, because Guardian won't get a shock debuff. But then again, with Prowler, if I mess up a single SP1, I'm just completely dead. With Guardian, it will barely tickle. So I was like, whatever. Let's just use Guardian. It'll take a significantly longer time to take her, but it'll be super safe. So gonna go in with him, and yeah, I really over-ramped for this fight. But like I was saying, it's just nerves, because I was like, oh my god, I almost died to Photon. Let me just be mega safe. So I think I do like 3 SP3s or something stupid, when I should have just done SP3, SP2. And yeah, the threat with, like, or at least my understanding of Jean on these nodes is, like, if you can't parry her freely, like, she can throw a heavy, and I guess if you mess it up, when she has a neuro on you, she gets her little discount SP3 thing. So, good thing, well, I'm just going to try and be locked in on that to not get caught by, like, inverted controls when she's throwing a heavy. Right now, I'm like, okay, cool. Got to my first SP3. Gonna throw it. And at this point, this does enough damage. I think it takes her to, like, 85%. I might be generous. I don't know. But yeah, at this point, I should have just, yeah, it is 85%. I should have just been like, okay, perfect. Another SP3 and an SP2 will kill. I did not need to do 3 SP3s at all. But it's okay. And I believe I won't make you sit through all of this. I think in like after 10 seconds, I'm just gonna speed it up through the rest of it, because it really is just me parrying her specials, going for another SP3, and finally going for an SP2 that will kill her. So here I'm like, okay, let's bait one more SP1, and, or I guess I don't speed it up just yet. I think it might be after this SP3. There, I'm just spamming it. Oh my god, yeah, this fight is just so safe with Guardian, but I should have used Prowler. Prowler would have already been done with the fight, probably. I mean, most likely. But it's okay, you know, sometimes you gotta prioritize safety, so that's fine. Honestly, Jean might be, like, the perfect Guardian matchup, like, in the game right now, because you're just so safe against her. Even on aggression prowess, like node 43, when I've accidentally eaten an SP1, it doesn't even hurt that bad. Well, I guess it does hurt a little bit. But like with the neuros after it, it honestly almost net heals you. Do I? I think I'll speed it up after this SP3, just getting back up to my SP2. But yeah, and now I'm like, okay, perfect, just heavy, yeah, SP3, just gonna work my way back up to the SP2, and yeah, it's very quickly we'll realize how overkill it is, because like the first hit of my SP2 alone, it crits, and it just takes out her entire health bar, I think. Yeah, you're about to see it. It takes off like 25% of her health, the other one takes off another 25%, I think each hit did like 150k, so that's cool. Up next, we have Dust on 42, which was an interesting placement. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Dust on 42, the difference between 31 is that there's no permanent debuffs. There's no heal block on me, so with Silk, I can literally just parry her, like her mediums, and just wait for the dust or like the sands to fall off. And wait for the power stings to fall off. And then I'm chilling. I can just parry her again. So we'll see that in a second. Every time I parry her and every time I cross 10 combo, I get a sand. I'm not really concerned about that. So here I was like, yeah, okay. I think I'm good. I can just bait her SP1. And by the time it's over, all the debuffs are off of me. And I can just parry her again. So yeah, I didn't bother wasting a PS1 for this. Because I was like, okay, perfect. This is just the easiest, like, unblockable dust of all time. Honestly, I used to like fighting dust, but now I kind of hate it. I just don't like, I don't know, I just don't like fighting unblockable opponents, I guess. Like, it's fine, but it's always a little annoying. It's like, great, now I can't parry. Like, you got one of the most basic functions in the game, and gotta sit here and intercept, but at least it's with Silk, so Silk is the GOAT. There, that power sting did more damage than I thought it would, to be honest, but not too concerned. Here, I think I'm gonna eat another power sting, actually. Yeah, and that one did like nothing, so I'm not really understanding that, but all good. And up next, now we have a really fun one. Now we have Bullseye on 43, which I will be taking with Guardian. And I am getting a Wags for this fight, which is very important. The Wags, without the Wags, I don't think I'd ever want to do this, to be honest. What the Wags does is, after he crosses the bar of power, obviously he gets his evade. With Wags, if you can parry and hit him when he has the evade, because he can't purify the passive stun. So basically means the threat of Bullseye just being stingy with his SP1, just dashing back over and over again, building like 5 prowess, and then hitting me with an SP1, is kind of gone. Because either he throws the SP1 immediately, and I parry it, or I parry half of it, block the other half, and he's got like no prowess. Or he doesn't throw it, and I just parry him and hit him anyways, which that will be the case in this one, as we will see in a quick second. This is my first time, well no, this is not my first time doing this. I did it once in off-season with Wags, and I kind of played it poorly. But now, I played it kind of poorly because I was like only trying to push him to SP2, but then I kind of looked over it, I was like, okay, instead of just trying to push him to SP2 and like try to re-parry the whole fight, that takes up so much time, so much block damage. Let me just go with the flow. If he throws SP1s, I'll parry them. It's not a big deal. If he doesn't throw them, perfect. I'll just build up to an SP2. So yeah, here at the start, we're just parrying, dashing back, waiting for the Fate Seal to fall off and my armor to come back, which it does in 14 seconds. So he builds 7 prowess in that time. So I know I just have to full combo him and hit him with a couple more hits afterwards, and now boom, now the fight's under control. So here you can see what I mean. He just dashes in at me, and I'm like, okay, if you're not gonna throw the SP1, I'll just push you to SP2s. He gets the impact from this, obviously, which is I was a little concerned about it. I was like, what'll happen now if I push him to SP1 and block it? But I think in hindsight it would have still been fine, because even if his SP1 did like triple the amount of damage, it still wouldn't have like destroyed me through the block because of Guardian's block efficiency, bleed resistance, and the perfect parries on the hits that I can parry. I can't parry all 6 hits. I don't even know if that's possible, but it probably is. I just don't know how to do it. So I can parry half of it. I'm also parrying the last hit of his SP2 just for power, and so I don't get the bleeds on me. I am bleed resistant, obviously, but it still hurts. It's still damage. And you can see here, I'm like, is this guy really just not going to throw an SP1? And he did not. He did not throw the SP1. So here, I heavy to get a second armor, just in case this SP2 doesn't kill. Which was a waste, because it absolutely destroyed his soul. But all good. All good. 1 minute 39 fight, 83% health. Pretty good. These guys did ban Kushala, and she's who we usually send to this fight. So that's why I was using Guardian, because apparently he's great for it. Apparently he is a great option. Up next, we have another classic. We have 46 count. And I'm just going to be using Silk, but this time I'm using an Invul instead of a PS1. And I talked to my other alliance mate, Pokey, for the strat on how to do this with the Invul instead of the PS1. And he basically just said, be locked with the SP2 dexes, because you're going to have to dex a couple by the time you get to an SP3. I'm like, okay, perfect. I just need to dex the SP2s. So I push him to SP2, and I did not dex it. So I'm like, okay, well, I might be terrible. But it's okay. I'm just going to wait for my evade to come back this time. Because I'm like, this is fine. Just going to hit his block, wait for the evade to come back. It's already halfway there. And yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time in this fight. That is not my concern in the slightest. And here I'm like, okay, the evade is back, so I can parry. Purposefully give him the inexorable so he gets back up to SP2. And I'm like, nice, okay. Just dex this one and go to SP3. I failed the dex again. I'm like, bro. So I'm like, okay, I can either combo him and just hope he doesn't throw the SP1 or something and go to my SP3. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait. I'm literally just going to sit in this corner and just wait for my evade to come back again. Here, I've taken enough blocked hits to give me enough power to just go for the SP3, which I think I even do. I think I just combo. Oh no, I bait the SP2 again, which I once again failed to dex, but that's okay. And here, finally go for my SP3, and he's at 61%. So when I do the PS1 strat, he's usually at like 85% here. But the trade-off is he's gone like 7 bars extra of Aspect of Evolution, so you can see this is not really doing a whole lot of damage to him, especially because I've gotten no crits so far. My Relic didn't crit, my entire combo didn't crit, and I only got 2 crits on the SP2, but it was still enough to kill him. So like, perfect. And then now, last but not least, we've got poor little Gentle on node 48, which I will be using Guardian for. And I really overestimated this Gentle, because my plan was to SP3, SP2, and it would kill him. But we're gonna see how that goes in a second. I was somewhat concerned about this guy, because I was like, okay, if he goes unstoppable, I need a safe way to bait it out. I need to figure out how I'm gonna deal with Bane if he goes unstoppable. But I was like, it's probably fine. I know, like, if I'm cornered, I can bait his heavy light attack to bait out the unstoppable. If I'm not cornered, I think it's a little harder, just spacing wise. So here I was like, okay, perfect. I got a crit on the first hit, so the shield is down. And now I'm like, okay, Bane is coming back. He threw the SP1 there. So since Bane was up, I didn't parry it, because I was like, okay, I need to punish him after it. And there I was trying to line it up with the shield coming back, so I could, well, I was trying to get a 4-hit combo, parry him, and then bait out get the Bane and the Unstoppable in the same hit, but I slightly mistimed it. So I just ate a big chunk of Bane. That was okay. And here I'm like, okay, I'm at an SP3, that's good. He gets Bane on me, whatever. But you'll notice he's already at 50%. So doing all this is an extreme waste. In fact, by the time I get back to SP2, he might already die. So in hindsight, I should have just done SP1, SP2. It would have definitely killed him. But it's okay. So here I'm like, okay, he's at 1 hit. So I'm just going to parry his SP1. Bam, parry light. And now I'm just waiting out his unstoppable. He throws a 5-hit combo into my block. So I was like, oh, great. Thanks, buddy. And now, at this point, I was like, okay, yeah, the SP3 was a waste. There was no need for the SP3. Here, I think I go for that, and oh no, I'm waiting. The SP2 there, hit him with it, absolutely nukes him. And yeah, that was the last fight. So, pretty clean war. I had a couple bad fights, but overall, not too shabby. It was a fun one. Oh yeah, I forgot about this actually. I'm lagging coming out of the fight, and I was like, no way, right? But I asked the other people, I was like, so am I out of the Gentle fight? And they're like, yeah, you're done on our side. So I was like, okay, perfect. It's just lagging on my end. But as long as like the other people can see you done with the fight, you're good. And yeah, that's it. I think my favorite fight was definitely the 43 Bullseye. I was very happy it went that well. And the rest of it was also fun too. So yeah, big war, awesome stuff. Thank you guys for watching.